Oathbreakers is probably a top trending game on App Lab right now because it's something we don't have enough of in VR. It's a multiplayer open world fantasy VR RPG. It drops you into the middle of this cool medieval looking world, there's misty surroundings in the forest, and you have to figure out how to survive, thrive, and work with or without other players. The game currently goes for $20 on App Lab, although there is a free trial that's going to let you spend 30 minutes in this game and decide if it's for you or not. Although I'm personally not someone who spends a lot of time in RPGs, when I tried this out, I did find it actually the most engaging compared to games like Orbis or A Township Tale. But much like those games, there's a lot to learn, and you're going to do better if you pair up with someone who knows what they're doing and they help you out. With that, the game's got 71 ratings so far, giving it about a 4.7 rating. 89% of those are 5 stars. People saying this game is their dream, this is what they were waiting for. But although there's very few lower reviews, some of them do cite, of course, community problems, issues with the people in there that they meet, and the things that we see in a lot of VR multiplayer games. It's definitely the kind of game that you could spend hundreds of hours grinding, so if that's something you're interested in, you might check out the free trial. X8 is a hero-based shooter that's still in beta, meaning you can try it completely free, so it's no wonder it's trending on App Lab. X8 puts you 5v5 as a multiplayer hero shooter, different classes, different weapons that you're trying to learn, all while defending or trying to attack the other side. This game has a lot of layers to it and has already been compared to being the Valorant of VR. With about a 4.9 rating for 226 ratings, it seems like people are really enjoying it so far, and 91% of those are 5-star ratings, saying it's got a lot of potential, saying that it's really cool, it's competitive, a lot of great people in the community, and that it's one of the best free games out there on the Quest, period. This, of course, is still in beta, and so the lower reviews seem to all just cite bugs they're having, issues that wouldn't let them load up the game, with no one actually saying anything negative about the game itself. Definitely a game to check out, especially while it's still free in beta. Nanoforce we've talked about before because it's early alpha, it's still free, and this is basically Splatoon in VR. It's exactly what it looks like, it's exactly what it feels like, and it's exactly what they're going for. And as this game is now trending, it's a little bit easier to find a match than it used to be when I first discovered it after it had just came out. You're of course using paint guns, shooting, trying to take over the map. You can then swim through the paint at super high speeds, and the game doesn't do too much hand holding when it comes to the amount of speed and agility you can have in the game, which is cool to see in a VR game, but beware if you don't have your VR legs yet. With 121 ratings, this thing's pushing about a 4.8, 4.9 rating, 91% 5 stars yet again. People saying even though this is early access, it's great. They would pay money for it. One of the most engaging VR games they've tried, and the lowest reviews you can find saying they just couldn't find people to play with or it still needs work. This is in alpha, so it's very early days for it, but it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a Splatoon fan. Unlike most of the top trending games, Out of the Shadows unfortunately is not free, but at only $7, it's not a very high price for a game that truly looks like it's trying to be Assassin's Creed in VR. This stealth game has you coming out of the shadows, trying to kill enemies, sneak around, climb, and there's different weapons from daggers, axes, shields, blades that you hide, and it is still considered early access, but even with that, they've got 3 unique maps to check out, different modes, one where you have objectives and one where you're just trying to kill everybody in the game. With all of that, 38 ratings give this a nearly perfect 5-star rating, 94% 5 stars and only 3% 4 and 3-star ratings. People saying this might be the best game there is on App Lab currently. People saying although the graphics don't look amazing, this game is amazing. And the only reviews that are below 5 stars cite some of the things that they could change in the upcoming games, but still singing absolute praises for the game. If you've got an extra $6.99 in store credit, or you're just looking for a cool game to check out on App Lab, this might be another one to add to the list. Retropolis 2 Never Say Goodbye is the follow-up to The Secret of Retropolis, which was also a popular game on App Lab. Retropolis 2 drops you in a year after the events of the original game. Both of these games being a noir puzzle type game, putting you into a hard crime-ridden world of robots. The new game adds a lot more mechanics than the original game, which was basically a point-and-click type of adventure puzzle-solving game. And this game series is a well enough game series that it's surprising that it's still on App Lab and hasn't made the crossover to the Oculus Store yet. This is part 2 in a series of 4, and with 20 ratings so far, giving it about a 4.8 rating, people are saying good things. Excellent sequel. It's a fun robot detective puzzle game. Neo-noir meets Futurama. And with almost no written low-star reviews, the only person that had a low-star review and said basically that they couldn't get past one of the puzzles, and that was the reason why they gave it a low rating. This is definitely a more expensive game at $24.99 $8.99, although the first one, The Secret of Metropolis, is $9.99 if you want to get a taste of that and start out and see what you think before you jump into the sequel. 5 of the top trending games right now. These are only including non-Gorilla Tag clones. I skipped those because we'll save those for a list all of their own, because the top 4 actual trending games are all free Gorilla Tag clones. Big surprise. These are all the non-Gorilla Tag games, so I hope that you found some here you didn't know about or something new to enjoy. Once again, thank you so much for coming out, hanging out with me today, and I will see you in another reality.